and see. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With Francis Pierre at the wheel. Politics to faith, the latest trend. We talk it out from end to end. And if you've got something, turn it up.
To our program again. The clock struck 12. And when the clock struck 12, On Target program is on Real FM 91.9, 91.5, 94.9 in Brooklyn, New York. And you have the opportunity to subscribe to Real FM, to share our program, like our program, and put us on any chat room that you have. On this program, you have an opportunity to express yourself, to raise issues trending. And this world is a hot place now. Everybody wants to fight. No compromise. People pull their sword and they take sides. Peacemakers are rare. That's the world we're in. And that's the environment you have an opportunity to pick up the telephone and bowl the first ball. I'm here just to moderate. I only speak when you do not call. Your opinions are not facts. They are your opinion. I love to express my opinion. And if you challenge my opinion, and you produce credible information, I will change my position. But today, I believe we need more peacemakers in the world. We don't have peacemakers, genuine peacemakers. For instance, today the Caribbean should be the biggest peacemaker in the world. Caribbean countries, CARICOM, should be the biggest peacemakers in the world. Instead of they take their sides, they take their sword, they take a side and they go in and look for fight. We in Grenada here, our economy is based upon St. George's University contribute 20% to the GDP of our country. Tourism, principally from America and Europe. The sailor passport, gratis the Americans. Remittance, and the sailor agriculture products, including fish, to the U.S. market. But Grenada pick up their sword and they want to fight. So we are heading for confrontational politics. And it doesn't seem we have peacemakers in our country to nudge the government. Don't drink bush for people fever. You don't have ammunition and means to fight. Your economy is tied practically to the U.S. market. The U.S. could affect you more than those countries you want to go and fight for. Be tactful. Be diplomatic. Promote peace and negotiate for peace. The present leaders in Grenada today must remember the great Keith Mitchell. He was the one that re-established diplomatic relationship with Cuba. At that time, Cuba was objecting to Grenada on the international market. Keith Mitchell, Dr. Keith Mitchell, went and re-established relationship with Cuba while he had a very good relationship with the America. He never was in confrontation with the Americans, although he had good relationship with the American enemy. That is a master tactician. But would we follow Dr. Kit Mitchell? No. We pick up with sword and we go and fight. You go and fight for Venezuela. Venezuela was once considered richer than China, but they squander the talents and the resources of the country to propagate a failed left-wing system. So millions of Venezuela running out of Venezuela. But 40,000 in Trinidad alone. We should take about a 10, 20,000 in Grenada. I always believe that. Why so much Venezuelans running from Venezuela? Because communism done good. The left wing done good. Venezuela have thousands of people in jail. Cuba have thousands of people in jail. And Grenadian leaders pick up their sword rather than making peace, rather than be tactful, rather than being diplomatic, rather than avoiding drinking bush for people fever, rather than putting Grenada first. They pick up their sword and they want to go to war with the United States of America. Well, if that is not political lunatics, tell me what it is. You go give me a call. Number to call is 442-0175. How could our leaders so dumb and so stupid? Your economy is dependent on the goodwill of America. Fish, soursop, nutmeg, cocoa, and 20 other agriculture products you can sell to the US market, but you don't have the quantity. Instead of increasing the quantum, you want to engage in confrontational politics with the United States of America. Well, why you don't follow Kit Mitchell? Kit Mitchell had good relationship with Cuba, while he have good relationship with America. But how the NDC leaders so dotish? Now I want Cousin Blash, call me and tell me if that is not high-class stupidity. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
Well, I love new ball, but I'm not too sure.
You still have the new ball, or I just expect you start the ball swing because you came in late. But you still have the new ball.
Well, before I begin, let me say congratulations to new National Party for a successful General Council yesterday at the Trade Center.
I know that quiet word, you know.
It was very successful.
I'll you tell only LNP then? I didn't know.
Yes. The turnout was very good. The participation was good. The speakers was good. That demonstrates that the house is solid and the pillar is strong. For whoever have doubt in their mind, it was well organized. Congratulations, my political leader. Mr. Pierre, we always say that the new NDC win by lies and continue to rule by lies. It is embarrassing to Grenada to know they got a sister party in 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 Jamaica, and they still went to Jamaica and telling lies. Because lies become the main agenda. Lying to Grenadians, disrespect to Grenadians. And imagine the two worst members of parliament went on that occasion. I know many others could share my views because I sat down and I listened. Andy Williams take Grenadians like fools. I don't know how he consider Grenadians. Think Grenadians are fools. But I'm saying the time is coming when they're going to make him know they're more intelligent than how he thinks. Saying to his sister party that first he wants them to win, it took 5 flights to reach Jamaica. That sounds so bad. Jamaica is part of the Caribbean. You have a minister saying it takes us 5 planes to reach Jamaica. Who is speaking to? It's a shame on us. And I believe that makes things worse for the party who he was representing in Jamaica. Imagine, he's so inexperienced. He also go calling his prime minister name and say he was sent by his prime minister to defend the party. I to tell you the political incompetence we're having. Where are we heading? These people don't understand the technique of politics. Grenadians, I will continue to advocate. Please, let us don't make that mistake again. Let us don't go back to this nonsense. We make a mistake, and mistake is always there. But now this government demonstrate that they haven't got what it takes to run this country. I rest my case.
Well, yeah, yes, scholar. Thank you. Well, the brother could have fly from Grenada to Trinidad, then Barbados, go in Venezuela, go in the Bahamas, and come in Jamaica. So if you take 5 flights, you don't expect him to take the nearest route because they like to fly. They are a hostess. So perhaps they enjoy taking the longest route to Jamaica. So from Grenada, Trinidad, Venezuela, Barbados, Bahamas, and then going Jamaica, you never could tell. It's difficult to understand this group of people, you know. They've traveled in fine style, in a very extravagant way. And they don't spare the coffers of this country. They squander the money from the economy. And I always say to people, the butcher of the Congo, that was one of his faults. He liked luxurious life. Michael de Freitas, an ex-civil rights leader. And as a result of that, they do anything for money. And this group here is like that. They raid the Grenada Development Bank. They squander in the money from burial. And they live in some exorbitant life at the expense of our people. We have to hope that succeeding governments do not follow this pattern. That is what does cause country to bankrupt. Corruption. And when the ministers are flying so, they can't tell the public officer don't fly. So that means Grenada must be traveling. We heard on one occasion that in 2 years, the Prime Minister of Grenada spent $8 million on traveling. And the Prime Minister of Barbados, in 7 years, spent 1.7 million. And by now, everyone in Grenada would be convinced that the Grenada Prime Minister is traveling more than all the other leaders put together. And still, he don't have the ability, or he has no interest in negotiating with the United States of America. Pick up his sword, playing Bajon, and want to fight with the US. And that could only cause serious repercussion for Grenada. It has started already. If it continues, if the United States continue to put the heavy hammer on, we could see remittance being charged 30% tax. Cuba is doing it to the United States. If you go in Cuba with a US dollar, they would value it at 70 cents. 30% is tax with the US dollar. So the US could do the same to us here. It would disrupt the tourist trade. Even St. George's University students would be seriously affected. Maybe then and only then we would understand that this government is leading us down a slippery slope fast. The number to call is 442-0175, and you can call and make your contributions. As I say, when you have this situation in the world, you need peacemakers. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, the gentleman said that he took 5 flights to Jamaica. It is possible if he would have lost his U.S. visa, because we have to get flights through different countries that is not passing through America, because if they have to pass through America, they must have a visa. And since they would have given up the visa, so to speak, then they'll have to travel. It doesn't matter really. We're going to travel if we have to travel. But what strike me most is that a news broadcast I heard before the program came on, a news part with our minister Thomas, when she referred to the government. The government is doing this and the government is doing that. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what the news are about. But she spoke about the government. Before now, she used to be speaking about my government. And I wonder why. Can you explain to me, please, if you know?
I do not have a clue what's going on in her head. Not a clue. Yes, caller. We have another caller on the line. Caller, welcome.
Sir Pierre,
Yes, my brother.
good afternoon, good afternoon. Sir Pierre, the guy take 5 flights. That's simple. You don't have to have a visa to pass to America. Can you come and have a plane?
Not we. The caller say he that say take 5 flights. And I said yes. And I said yes. If you from Grenada to Trinidad, Trinidad to Venezuela, Venezuela to the Bahamas, the Bahamas to Jamaica.
Yeah, because you have direct flight from Grenada to Jamaica.
You don't have direct flight from Barbados to Jamaica.
From Barbados to Jamaica. If you go in Jamaica, you have to go to the island someday.
And Trinidad, they don't have direct flight.
No,
So even in the Caribbean, we struggling for flight.
some flight a long time ago. A long time ago.
But you have direct flight from Grenada to America.
Yeah, direct flight from Barbados. Going up to America and then come back to
And then, okay.
come back to Jamaica.
So normally they go to Miami and then from Miami to Jamaica.
Right.
So you see how the American tax and penalties could affect us in the Caribbean here?
Well, he affect us. He start to affect us already. They put in tariff on thing. They put in tariff on thing from China, right? And then they send it us back in Grenada. America don't produce nothing now. Our come from America here, coming to from America. It's producing from foreign country. So when they line America, the America put in a tariff on it. And then they say you don't in Grenada, everything is come along here. They put a tariff on.
So you don't believe Caribbean politicians should be a little bit more tactful?
Well, that's what they're doing. That's what they're in Africa doing. They go in Africa now. So they
are talking about Caribbean politicians, African politicians. So CARICOM can be more tactful in negotiating.
CARICOM is African people.
Lord of mercy.
And they're dealing with African people.
Aye.
So they sign a treaty now, whereby they could get direct trading route from Africa, any African countries, come direct to Barbados. And then you distribute it into another country. That is what they sign now. They sign it already. And I'm happy.
So when we expect that to start to happen?
Well, it go happen tomorrow, but it will happen.
You mean in the next 5 years?
I don't know what years, but it will happen. And when it happens, that'll be the best thing that happens with us. Because when we won't be paying this extra tariff, what America charging, when them people think go to America, and then he coming down here, because everything will come in Caribbean from abroad. Most pass to Americans. That is the whole sticking point of this thing. You have to pass to America to come down here. So when America tariff it, somebody come down here with tariff already. But it thing come from India. You have to go to America to come down in Trinidad. You have to go to America to come down in Trinidad. That is the trade route. And we're trying to change that. And then we change that. Things will be, I believe, things will be much cheaper. Can we have a direct flight from anywhere in African country straight across to the Caribbean? One flight. Just as I remember when they had the summit here, we had a flight, a plane flight direct from Ababa to Grenada.
Addis Ababa?
Addis Ababa, direct to Grenada. Ethiopia.
Okay.
Direct to Grenada. But no, they have a flight in Ethiopia. They have a summit in Ethiopia now. And they sign up the agreement.
Then we could go back to Ethiopia.
Go to Ethiopia.
If we have a direct flight, we could go back to Ethiopia or not?
We could go back to Ethiopia, we could go back to Nigeria, we could go back to Kenya, anywhere you consider. We have direct flight.
Okay.
Going to this country. And that will be the best in America. You say you have to go to America and go down, go England.
And we might find more Grenadians going Africa and look for work.
Well, they start already.
Right. And we could sell some sauce up straight in Africa.
Well, that is the trade.
That is the trade.
Listen, let me tell you something. When you that thing get through, America, we say no fish for America.
No fish for America yet.
No.
Straight in Addis Ababa.
Straight in Africa. Let me tell you something. You have 2 markets of fish already. America say they want to buy fish. They buy. We have one in Japan. And the UK market, Japan with product. They want more fish. So then America say that we stop and sell fish for them. Just watch on you.
I cannot take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Good day.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much for this information. So we're likely to send some fish in Addis Ababa and some sauce up. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre,
Yes, my brother.
and good afternoon to the nation.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, I felt very, very delighted this morning when I heard Miss Pierre giving to Mr. Andrew Donald uh, some ideas of what is in that bill for the young people. The bill that is withdrawn, no, well, it not withdrawn, it died based on the parliamentary procedure, it died and will surface again based on what Ms. Claudette said, the bill will surface again, but it is died for the present because the new parliament will start Friday. No, I thought Ms. Pierre was very good. Congratulations. She was one on top. Good in her explanation. But Mr. Andrew promised to get some more information on the bill, more in depth so that people could understand. Because I think this bill, I personally, Clifford Bridgman, prepare if we have to vote against that bill. Based on what I heard already in the bill, I would like to hear more, but I could have enough evidence in me to vote against that bill. And I think more people should make themselves align to get an understanding or explanation on that bill. So thanks that Ms. Pierre. I hope that the party continue educating people and all social bodies educate people on this bill. Right, Mr. Pierre?
Yes, my brother.
And the gentleman that normally I just speak to you there, I met him in person, Mr. Pierre. I met him in the bank in person a few weeks ago. And only by talking, I get to realize the same person. And I went to approach him and ask him. And he joke around, but he eventually tell me yes. He's the man. But he didn't directly tell me where he belongs to. But I think it's somebody that I kind of know already.
Your system wrong.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you don't. Okay. Yes, my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, this bill the government was trying to sneak in office to liberalize sexual decision down to 12-year-old. All those pedophiles in the world must be interested in Grenada now. Let me repeat that. The pedophiles and those who take advantage on young people because of sexual interest, all of them must be more interested in Grenada now. And the Grenadians should ask why that is of so interest to Deacon Mitchell. I have said on many occasions. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Pierre.
Yes,
how are
man.
you, sir? How are your weekend, sir?
Great man, good man.
Mr. Pierre, how much more information the opposition have to give in this bill when you talk about 12 years old? What more information they could give? 12 years, what more information you want to? What you want the opposition to say again? I was telling some women in the sea to put that yesterday. I said, look how you all stay quiet and that. The government, all your own party taking away all your child rights. Other women and all you sit down there don't say nothing. Why? Mr. Pierre, I listened to that meeting in Victoria sometime last week there, where the opposition leader and the leader of the NMP. Mr. Pierre, tears bathed me, you know. Tears bathed me when that lady take on that part of the bill. To take on this part of the bill. And when I listen to Mrs. Pierre, you could hear the cry in her voice, you know. Mr. Pierre, tears bathed me, you know. Because I know the first time I listened to that lady in details what that big rally they had in Pulse. Me and two family and men come from America and we went in at rally. And when we leave the rally, they asked me my opinion about the, I say only one thing I see in the rally. They asked me what I say, Sister MMP could be the next leader at the NMP. So they watch me and so I say, you don't listen to the lady. I say, listen to the lady. She could be the next leader at the NMP. The following year, Kip Mitchell say he want to see a woman prime minister under his watch. And here she are now. So Mr. Pierre, well, you're not listening.
Yes, man. Now that Deacon wanted to sneak in the sexual liberation law for 12-year-old, I want us to Google. Old people, if you can Google, tell your children Google. Because you see it's 12-year-old that go making decision. You must Google Bakabazi, the dancing boy. Just go on the computer on Google and look for dancing boys. Bakabazi. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, my brother.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, you see that bill? That bill speaks of the moral character of that prime minister. And people have to investigate that, man. Mr. Pierre, I cannot understand how any decent human being could be promoting such a law in any country. Mr. Pierre, there is a saying that if you walk like a duck and you quack like a duck, you must be a duck, right? And I want to see people like number 10 if she's going to support that bill. Mr. Pierre, this is a bill that's going to bring about a lot of trouble in this country. Because I tell you one thing, I don't believe in violence. I don't preach violence. But the scripture tells us, thou shalt not murder. But to kill is legal. And imagine, you have your little daughter, your little granddaughter, and these predators and them turn around and use them and take them and bring them by doctor, and you can open your mouth and you have a satanic law to protect you. You know, I think that we are living in the time of separation. The goat is being separated from the sheep. The Christians of this nation, all those who believe in God, wake up from your slumber. Now is not time to sleep. Satan is very busy. He and his disciples are doing the work. Wake up. There will be no excuse because the day of judgment is coming. And such a bill come from the bottomless pit because there is no decent human being, I repeat it, no decent human being, no human being who believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob would support such evil. This is an abomination, Mr. Pierre. This is an abomination, and people have to wake up. These people want to take advantage on people's children, little boys and little girls, turn them into whores, right? Change their sex, do all kind of evil to them, right? These men are men of the devil. They are men of the devil. There are those who say there is no God. Then they need to search the scripture and see everything that is happening today is coming to pass. It is written in the scripture. It is written right there. And Mr. P, another thing, you know, is that I used to hear the members or the spokesmen for the movement saying that Grenada have two right-wing political parties. So we want something different now. But the truth is out. What I am seeing is that Grenada have two left-wing political parties. Right? And they're trying to set us up. But my thing to the Grenadian people, pray, seek wisdom from Almighty God. Not any and any God. There is only one true God. One true God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Do like Solomon. When Solomon became king, what did he do? He went to the Creator. Sorry, when the Creator asked him what he wanted, he asked for wisdom. And this is what is lacking in this country. Because the Creator said to him, the fact that you never ask for wealth, neither the blood of your enemies, but you seek wisdom. I'm going to give you wisdom and I will also bless you with wealth. Mr. Pierre, have a good day, sir.
Yes, and I encourage you to go. Now, when I speak, I dare you and I challenge. So I want you to encourage your children to research the dancing boys. You will understand when we say Deacon Mitchell is leading us down an evil path. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Yes, my brother.
I listen to people speaking about the bill. And the only set of people who are against the bill is them pedophiles and him. They don't want the law to punish them. They want to rape and children. They don't want no. Them children, when they afraid them, they can go and tell the parents. So them priests and them pastors and them, they against the bill because the bill will punish them for what they're wrongdoing. Because sometimes they pay up the parents. And the parents can't come and say nothing. The parents get shot. And the poor children in danger. With this affair of them. Them is the one who are trying to destroy these people of this country. Them priests and them pedophiles and them are trying to destroy the country. Because they want to do them to anything. And they can't go and tell the parents. So the parents can take action against them. The poor child and nobody turn to. She must turn to the doctor, or the nurse, or the teacher. Them they have to turn to. For them pastors they don't want that.
Caller.
Yes.
Caller, this bill is a serious bill. Caller, listen to me. The government tried to sneak in this bill in the middle of Carnival. Caller, listen. No priest, no pastor did not open them out. This bill, the government is giving children power to make sexual decision. Caller, please get a copy of the bill, read it, understand it. Or what you could do, you could play the devil's advocate and ask some NDC about the bill and watch them in the eyes when you ask them.
Mr. Pierre.
Caller.
Mr. Pierre. How the child...
Caller. You see on this bill? I want you to take a second look at the bill, and anytime you take a second look at it, we will discuss it. Because I believe you're wrong there. But I want to give you the opportunity to take a second look at it. And then you could research those things I'm speaking about now. The dancing boys and pedophilia.
Yes.
And we have accused Deacon. And remember, you remember Deacon say morality is a private thing?
Morality is a thing. Let me tell you something, Mr.
Caller. You're an informed person. You inform wrong. Even if you support, you don't have enough information on the bill. So hear what I'm saying to you. Get some more information on the bill and then we go discuss it. You hear me? Yes, thank you. Caller, you have to get more information on the bill. I don't want you to commit yourself. I like you. Get some more information on the bill and then let's discuss it. Because the things you say in there, it means you don't understand the bill. People are objecting to the bill because the bill gives more power to children to make sexual decisions. And people say, no, that is not right. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I too have researched the Bakazi, the boy play. Yeah?
The dancing boys?
The dancing
boys. Your radio in the back. Load on the radio.
Oh, you hear me?
You load on the radio, I hear my voice back.
Oh, okay, I have my headphones on. Okay.
Yeah, take it. Bakabazi. Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah, man.
All right. Yes, I have also researched the dancing boys. Traditionally, historically, in let's say Afghanistan, Turkish area, these men exploit little boys for boy toys, sexual events, and all that. I am not a pedophile, and I am too against the bill in terms of what the last caller said. I'm a single parent, and I think about the things that the ripple effect of actions, especially with these policies, and I could see the ripple effect of events and other laws or bills have to be packed to complement it, or I know try to find some resolve, right? Especially how they say right now that but no, I'm hearing an echo. Sorry.
Go ahead, we
How
hearing
they
you.
say, how they
Ignore
say,
the echo. Just
okay.
ignore the
How
echo
they
and
say,
talk.
okay. They're making the excuse that like abortion is illegal, right? However, if there's a possibility of more teenage pregnancies, more unplanned birth, yeah, there would be a ripple effect of having to deal with that in the society. So I could definitely see the revisiting abortion and all that. The fact that they mentioned the tourism and the sexual tourism is being pushed right now. I'm seeing that setting up for a next layer of that. I'm not hearing a lot of people talking about the use of more drugs in Grenada. Both females and males are getting their nose wet right now. Spare my language. Yeah.
Correct language to
So
use.
we have young adults even more not in control of their future or the path ahead. So if these individuals have the support of the government to be more reckless, to be more unprotecting of the future of Grenada, I don't see how people with learned minds could get behind that. I think it's an insult to our people in general to even justify such situations. The extreme ideas that the administration is putting forward in terms of what they're trying to pass the bill, those are like abnormalities. These are not masses. These are mass events of where you have like hundreds and thousands of children being like abused in
Is
one
a
city one time.
anomaly. Yeah, I agree.
You get me? It's abnormalities.
Yeah.
So if they want to deal with it in that perspective and saying, okay, for these situations, these are things that we could put in place for it. That's one idea. But to make it across the board and tell me that government minister has the leeway or the go ahead to make that decision for my youngin when I'm there working 19, 20 hours sometimes out of 24 just to get things right. Better they come lock me up right now, Mr. Pierre. Because I can't co-sign that. And it's as I said, it's embarrassing and insulting to me that learned minds in Grenada, because of party affiliation, is co-signing this. Like they can't see, they can't project an idea of let's say worst case scenario. When you're doing a business plan, you have to think about a worst case scenario. So they're saying they cannot see the worst case scenarios happening or trickling off here. This is ridiculous. Right now, I have no, as I said, I have no hope in the administration. There are things that they affecting me personally, and everything that I'm seeing they're doing based on policies. They're terraforming our structure. They're taking out the family from us. You get me? And it's like, if it's one thing that the government has a proper plan, a guided plan that they could share, is one thing. It's clear they're adapting policies from outside sources. That has nothing to do with Grenada. And anybody that's co-signing that is what you say, I won't even say proud now. Bourgeoisie. They're trying to be some bourgeoisie, pretending that they're in the upper echelon to the upper class. That's BS. People that move in silence are really the bosses, yeah? Not people that yap yap. They say empty vessels make the most noise. As I said, Mr. P, I'm very frustrated with what's going on in Grenada right now, especially with this bill. It's crazy to me thinking that I'm growing up a little girl and this is what she had to experience. Just imagine I went to a orientation. Baby girl is scared, so I'm telling her, you listen, you're like a princess. Don't worry about it, we go master you. I'm listening now, a teacher in the orientation talking to one of she girlfriends or one of she mates and calling herself the B word. Sorry, pardon
Yeah.
my French. So, like, oh, that state of mind, thinking that state of mind have to influence my youngin to grow up. thinking people are co-signing that those acts of dysfunction in our society, thinking that the administration is co-signing it. It's mind-boggling to me. I feel like I need to escape this, and I can't because I have to deal with it, innit?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, tell the
Yes,
gentleman,
scholar.
not everybody that's against it
Yeah.
have any pedophilia or pedophile nature.
Yes,
They are
scholar.
concerned parents. Yeah? Thank you, sir. Thanks for having
Yes,
me.
I think we have to discuss this issue. Yes, scholar, welcome. Yeah, we lost that color. I think we have to discuss this issue. And colors, please try to turn down the radio in the back. Yes, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good evening.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, we must start to look at things from a very logical point of view. You see this word that we call democracy, democratic process, is a nasty word. We have the right to choose. We have the right to decide what we want, who we want to govern us. I don't believe in that at all. You see, why I'm saying that, Mr. Pierre? Because we elect a government that we like. Yes, we were all part and parcel of electing a government. So what we get today is on our backs. What we have now is on our backs. So whether they do good, God bless them. Whether they do bad, is to their own initiative. But I am simply saying, Mr. Pierre, whatsoever you do in this your country, you hurt people, it will come back to you. You do good to people, it will come back to you. And that goes across the border. Democracy is the right to choose. And when you're choosing, make sure you know what you're choosing. So what's happening today is as a result of what we see and what we have. We had something, we get vexed with it, although there was good, but there was still bad. And these ones never see that they do wrong, but we could only see the wrong in others. I am saying, don't destroy people to get power. Don't allow people to destroy you to stay in power. And that is my take, Mr. Pierre. Do good and live. Do wrong and die. I am saying we had a good golden opportunity. We throw it away. Now we're going to pay the price of what we select, what we like, and what we don't like. Democracy. You could talk about how many left-wing and right-wing party we have in Grenada. It doesn't make any sense. But the democratic process is what we're seeing today. We have the right, people have the right to decide what good for us and what is not good for us. And that don't only happen now. That happened since after 1984 revolution. That happened since then. And up to today, we're feeling the squeeze of it. It can't get better. It will only go down, as you say, a slippery slope. And it's going to continue to go down there for a very long time. As in the years to come, we don't know what's going to happen later on.
Yeah.
So let us put our hearts and mind and ask God to intervene in our country, both left and right, in and out. New leadership, new prime minister, new leadership, opposition leader, new one. From there on, we have to ask God to intervene and help us to undergo the squeeze. Because what we're getting is a lot of pressure we will get.
Yeah.
The fish industry is going to go down the road. It might get a little cheaper for us in this country because it's getting too expensive now. So we will have more to eat. Thank you very much, Mr. Pierre.
Thank you, Colin. One of the things the democratic process gives us, it gives us the opportunity to choose the government. It gives us the opportunity to monitor the government. and we could criticize the government. In communist countries, you don't choose the government. You can't criticize the government. They're jailing you. But now they can't jail us. They could put some pressure on us, but they can't jail us. So we have the power to speak, and the government frayed that voice. Yes, caller, welcome, and use the last caller for the day. Go ahead.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon again.
Yes,
The
my
problem
brother.
in this country is not democracy. Democracy is the best system.
I agree with you, caller.
The problem is that when a nation turn their back on God, they become fools. They are easily trapped. And the reason why we end up in that situation, because under the NNP, man belly start getting full, they eating, they drinking, and they having a good time. And then now, when NDC came with the lies, they took it line, hook, and sinker. People wasn't thinking in the right direction. They turned their back on God, so they become fools. So they make foolish decisions. And what people have to do is to repent, turn to Almighty God, and seek wisdom from Him, so that they will take wise decisions when time to take decisions when they go into the polls. Because the writing was on the wall. I saw it before Grenadians voted. I never thought that Grenadians would have been voting for this gang of people. Mr. Pierre, have a good day, sir.
Yes, caller. Yes, and yes, I agree with you. The democratic system is a very good one. You may make a wrong decision. You may choose a government and it didn't go the way you want, but you could change them in 4 or 5 years, and you could even move motion of no confidence in them if you're able to convince the ministers. But in China today, you can't change China. They're killing you. In Russia, you can't change the government. In Iran, you can't change the government. In a lot of the African countries, Traore and them, you can't change the government. They're locking you up. They're locking up your children. They're lying. And you can't say nothing. But in Grenada, we have power. You have personalities on the radio that have been speaking. Government has been going after them, but they're speaking. And they're able to provide information. So when we say Deacon is going down the wrong trajectory, people say, oh, they could say that. We gave reasons why. When we say it seems that Deacon is evil, people say, well, then you are going too far. What did man do? And then we start to build up a case. And now you see Deacon wants to liberalize the decisions of children for sexual interest. Now, let me repeat that. The little I hear about the bill is an attempt to liberalize the power of children to make decisions on sexual issues, body parts, sex, abortion, stem cell, placenta, and the parents don't have a say. And not 18-year-old, you know. Well, if he's 18-year-old, you say, okay, they could vote. They could, 12-year-old. You have some 12-year children that are like 5-year-old. Imagine a child 13 years. Hormone jumping up in their body. But the parents' hands are tied because that child now have the power to make decision on sexual issues. Hormone jumping up in her body. She won the war. And the parents' hand tied. Abortion will go on galore because Deacon Mitchell, the Prime Minister of Grenada, seems to be void of morality. You heard he said morality is a private thing. You heard him on the stage encouraging children and people to use the worst bad word in Grenada. Not even the Calypsonian scholar and beast does cuss this one on stage. You saw the Minister of Legal Affairs jumping up as if she in passa, disrespecting the law. You saw the sister from Gov disrespecting the law. You heard the brother from Kareku cussing the police. This is leadership. This is the top echelons of our society. You hear deacon taking on a priest because the priest made a comment on a document deacon did not read. He still find it convenient, as if he living in the land of the dark. And that is why I believe our leadership is going on an evil trajectory. We could intervene now. All of us have a little evil in us. We could intervene now and stop it. And you see where you reach? Children. Those evil individuals, they like children. The children is weaker. They're more vulnerable. So they go after them. So this government want to empower the children so they could make decisions that they know the parents would never agree. You know who will be affected the most? The most vulnerable children in Grenada. The poorest children in Grenada. The most uneducated children in Grenada. Those are the ones who will be affected. I said to an individual once, because he was objecting against girls who were pregnant and have a child going back to school. I say, if you're rich and your daughter get pregnant, you send her in England and make the child. You send her to Australia to school, and then she come back in Grenada and could hold any top position. But if you're poor, you can't even send her in Carrico. And that is why the poor and the marginalized must always select leaders who would seek their interests. This present NDC is the worst group where the elderly, the poor, and the marginalized is concerned. And now they decide to go after poor people children. Because if it's rich people children, they're getting lawyers, you know. They're paying lawyers to fight the case till the child is 18. They're paying lawyers to move court action until the child is 18. But when you're poor, what are you going to do? Why you think Deacon, when he was approached about the women from Carrico and Grenada, who they fired because they claim that them is NNP, he said, go to court. Deacon know they don't want you to go to court. He said, go in the court. We believe that there are too much credible evidence that indicates that the Prime Minister is going on an evil trajectory. And it's time that the Christians among deacons, you either wake up or refute the arguments we are advancing. Because we're building a case. And every day the case seems to be getting stronger. So you either speak to deacon or refute the arguments we are so ably advancing. And we're back with you again tomorrow. Always remember, when that clock struck 12, we are Real FM 91.9 and on target, ready to go. Thank you for your participation.
And 91.5, join the top live. Yeah. On targets here.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first.
Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With Francis